word that one word that describes your current parenting journey in the chat box. It can look something like this: Lavita, 12 years old, and learning and growing. Please go ahead and share it in the chat box. Please go ahead and share your name, your child's age, and one word that describes your parenting journey in the chat box. Please go ahead and share it in the chat. Good morning, K.S. Rao, sir. So I see new people are joining in. We will be waiting for 5 more minutes and we will begin. Before we join, we just want to know where you're joining today at. So please go ahead and share your name and also your child's age and one word that describes your current parenting journey. It can look something like this, like your name, 12 years old and growing and learning. Please go ahead and share it in the chat box. So, Rao sir, are your daughters joining this call as well? I saw your message in the chat box.
No, madam, I didn't send her the invitation. She's in US. Must be sleeping time for the children.
Okay, okay, okay. So we will be hosting this webinar regularly. Maybe you can share it with them.
Okay, I'll do that.
Thank you, Rao sir. Good morning, Anvisha. Please share your name, your child's age, and one word that describes your parenting journey currently.
So good morning. My name is Divya. I've actually joined for my daughter's account. She's Anvisha.
Okay, okay. Welcome, Ramya. And can you also describe one word that describes your parenting journey currently? Welcome, Prakash. Okay. So let's begin. I hope everyone has shared your name, your child's age, and one word that describes your current parenting journey. Are we waiting for anyone else to join or should we begin? Yatinder sir, Naidu sir, Priyanka, are we waiting for some more time or should we start or should we begin?
We can begin, Lavita.
Okay, okay, okay. So good morning everyone and very warm welcome to all of you. Today we bring together experts who work in the intersection of cyber safety, digital awareness, and parenting. Three areas that deeply impact our children's lives today. To begin, I would like to introduce Group Captain P. Anand Naidu, sir. With over 25 years of service in Indian Air Force, he brings rich experience in operations, administration, HR, and digital transformation. He played a key role in developing ATC simulators and modernizing training systems. He is currently the director of ISAC and founder director of COP Connect. He is also an adjunct professor at Nalsar University of Law, teaching aviation and cyber laws. Thank you, Naidu sir, for joining us today. We truly appreciate your presence and look forward to hearing your insights on digital safety and the impact of digital landscape in today's world. Our next
Thank you very
speaker,
much.
yes, sir. Our next speaker is Ms. Priyanka Vaidina, Director of COP Connect, a national cybersecurity scholar and a cyber lawyer with 300 plus crime intervention and awareness session. Priyanka has been working towards creating safer digital communities. She holds an LLM from Christ University and being a speaker in the platform including National Commission for Women and National Police Academy, Hyderabad. And also, we have joined speaker of the day, Lavina Pandit, co-founder and parenting expert. She is a certified parent coach and adolescent counselor with NSCA Singapore, dedicated to helping parents and teenagers navigate the challenges of adolescence. Her work focuses on child development, strengthening parent child connections, and building healthier communication. So, she also holds diploma in family therapy. As we explore today's important conversation on the hidden parenting pattern that makes children look elsewhere for safety, I now hand over the session to Lavina to take us forward. Lavina, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lavita. Before I start, thanks for such a warm welcome. And I would want to understand if everybody can hear me and see me. If everybody can hear me and see me, just
Yes,
thumbs up
yes.
or yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Lavita, we don't move to the slide, please. Can we stay on the first slide? Yeah. Thank you. So I'm sure all of you coming from the background, coming from the experience that you have, you must have somewhere or the other have had webinars for parenting. You must have attended one or the other webinar somewhere, and you must be thinking, oh, Saturday morning, and we have been called for another webinar for another parenting strategy or for another parenting tip, right? I'm sure you must be thinking that in your mind, but believe me, we are not going to share any tips and tricks with you because what I feel and what we have seen in this past couple of years is tips and tricks don't work, right? So, our intention here is to help you see yourself and your child from a different lens. And I hope we are successful today in today's webinar. And by the end of the webinar, you understand how we can begin to bridge that gap and create awareness between a parent and a child. All right. So let's begin. I would like Mr. Yatinder sir to bring up the poll. So I just have one question to ask you. It's a poll coming up your way. And do not think much. It's a very small poll. It'll be open for 30 seconds. Just answer whatever word comes in your mind as soon as you see the poll. Because the more we think, the more, our mind gets into the judgment. So here's the poll in front of you. Please participate. It would really help us to understand things further. Do not think much. Just answer whatever comes to your mind. All right. Yeah, I can see around 9:15. Yeah. Yes, please. I can see only 15 responses. Has everybody answered? I still see only 17 responses. Anybody else wants to answer? Anybody else feels that they should? Please do feel. Please, we'll keep this interactive. I understand a couple of you said that there are no challenges, but this would definitely help you at least to see things in a different light, if not for anything. All right. I think I'm just going to close the poll. We can just end the poll and we can show the results. We can see the results right in front of us. So, many of you, like 11 out of 17 people said that their child has come to talk to you just today, just to talk. Not like, we are waiting for them to come, or we are thinking that they will come and then, so nothing of that sort, which is very great. So that means to say the crowd in this webinar has been a very conscious parent, has been understanding the how thought processes work with children. Brilliant. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Yatinder, you can show Yatinder sir, you can show the results, share results, and then we can close the poll. Yeah. All right. Can we close the poll? I still see the poll on the screen. Can we please close the poll?
Good, man.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Lavita, please move to the next slide. All right. A small exercise that I want you all to do. How many of you are with me in this exercise? Please raise your hand because I cannot see most of you. Most of you have kept your cameras closed. So all I can see is, dark faces. Yes, thank you. Thank you for raising your hand. Okay. So we'll do this small exercise with you all. I want you to close your eyes, please, all of you. Please close your eyes for a moment. And now imagine your child whoever has elder children, imagine your children at the age of 4 or 5. And who did they run to when they were excited? Who did they want to come when they were scared? Who did they want to share every moment, every drawing, and every random thought? Just picture that, open your eyes, and please share it in the chat box. What is that one thing that you miss about that 4 or 5 year old of yours? Anything that you feel that you miss, where if your daughter or a son is 15, 12, and maybe you miss that cuddle from them, maybe you miss that morning calling from them. What is it that you miss? Can I have the answers in the chat box, please? I can't see. Playing with my child. Okay. Miss all the fun. Very nice. I don't know who's this one plus. I think it's Parag. Right. Miss all the fun. Yes. Please, more answers. What is it I'm seeing? Miss spending time with him as I was working. Absolutely, I can get that. I have a 5-year-old who comes for me. Yes, but I think you also have a daughter, right? Even today, I feel like I enjoying with him right now. All right, very nice. Yes, that's the best part, isn't it? When they are small, when they are young, when they are small, when they are young, they just come to us for every single thing. They come to us for every small thing that we think of. And then what happens after that? When they are teens, when they are in the college, what happens? Do you think somewhere it gets lost? Anybody? Anybody feel okay? Any more answers? All right. Let's move to the next slide, please. Hmm. Now, like Lavita mentioned, I'm a family therapist, I'm a child counselor, I'm a parent counselor. So I have dealt with cases on day-to-day basis, and I have never seen any parent or anybody coming to me saying that, okay, I wake up in the morning and I want to get angry at my child. There is no such parent who has come to me saying this. I have never seen a parent telling me that, I want to hurt my child. Obviously, every parent, everybody, all of you here, me, myself, all of us want the best for our children. And what is that best that we are looking at? Best grades, best school. We provide them with best of everything. What do you think? I mean, guys, a chat box, along with chat box, you also can unmute yourself if you want to and speak out. I want this to be interactive. If it is just like I'm sharing the slides and telling, that we are not, it's not interactive. We are not getting the crux of it. We are just listening. And I don't want this to be more of a listening session. I want you all to speak out. Don't we all want the best for our children? We want them to be in the best school. We want them to be in the best activities. We want them to be in the best college, maybe best workplace, everything. Is that something that you guys resonate with? And who decides that best? Can I know?
Yes, ideally, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Yes, I can.
Okay. So ideally, I mean, we want our child to become a good human being, right? At the end. So I think school and other maybe institutions are the medium through which he or she can become a better human being when they grow old. So yeah, that is what I would prefer for my child.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Anybody else?
So
My wo-
what I feel is that I would definitely want my child to go to the best college, to the best whatever is best for her, but definitely not at the cost of if she is not interested in that, right? So if in case she is interested in that thing too, then it's a good state. But what I feel is best for her, she might not feel best that thing for her, right? So I think that that trade off has to be taken care of.
Yes, very true. And anybody else? Is my voice echoing by any chance? Or
No.
just like me? Okay, that's very true. And now somebody also mentioned Parag, I think, I don't know who's that. Everybody, whatever you're saying is absolutely right. That, we want them to experience a good life, but we want their thoughts as well. We want them to be good human being. We want them best. We want their environment to be good. And that is the reason we to look out for their play schools, to look out for their play activities, what kind of friendships they are having, whom are they talking to, and they're always in that juggle of making sure we provide the best for them, right? But sometimes, don't you think in all these things, what we are missing out is asking the child, you know, are you comfortable in doing this. For example, if I give you an example, of course, when they are in play school, we cannot ask them, okay, are you willing to go to this play school, or are you not willing to go to this play school? But when we are choosing the activities like table tennis, football, art, swimming, anything of that sort, do we put them inside in those activities because we want them to do this, because that is good for them, that is what we think, or we we ask them to go and enjoy them? What's the first thought that comes to your mind? If I ask you.
May I answer?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So for me, what I did for my girl child, so I lined up so many things for her. I tried everything, so many things for her. So whatever she felt, or I felt, okay, she is interested. Like chess class, she was doing it, but she was not very much interested. But when I put her in music, like she's playing drums, so she's very much interested in that. So you can make out where is the inclination towards, right? So that's how I tried out so many things, and then I am now clear that okay, she likes this particular thing, so now she's going ahead with that particular thing now.
That's something that I wanted to know. Yes. Because when we talk about the activities for our children, and when we give them that platform, when we give them that thing to explore, that helps them to thrive better, right? That helps them to gauge their own interest better and understand their own things better. There is one comment in the chat box saying that many times it's because we want them to keep them healthy and play more, so we enroll them for football. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. And that is how it should be. But what happens in these things is, we sometimes miss we sometimes miss the thing that there is a thin line between where we are guiding children, right? And what is that they are experiencing, and what is it that we are intending to do. Okay, can we move to the next slide, please? Right. So if this slide is slightly uncomfortable, let me just make sure that I let you know. Why is it uncomfortable? Because both the sides are true, right? As a parent, we want our children to do certain things because that is how they will understand resilience, that is how they'll understand life. But how are we putting this across? How are we using our words? Is it through how are we letting them be independent? Some places we understand their perspective, some places we understand the rules and values. So this particular thing, if I talk about, I'll just give 2 minutes to the slide. Please go through it, and we can discuss, because this is very important slide here in this presentation. We can run over it umpteen number of times, but still we would want to come back to it again and again. So have you ever felt that what I'm doing is I'm just correcting my child, and I only want to help, but somewhere the internal thought in the child is, am I not enough? Am I not able to see through what is happening? Am I not getting that space to even say, think, or do certain things? Can you guys feel this? Can anyone feel this? Sometimes, yes, many of you said we enroll them in drums, we enroll them in music, in swimming, football, health, everything, absolutely. But sometimes aren't we expecting that, yeah, ek dil to tha, you could have done it, right? Yeah, ek instrument to tha, you had performance, you could have done better. Yeah, somewhere, in I talk about school or I talk about colleges, somewhere that, you could have got this marks. You could have done this. I trusted you. We've always been told this, right? Anybody who feels this from the bottom of the heart? When I was actually making this slide, it took me some time to realize. Because despite the fact that I am a parent coach, I'm a family therapist, sometimes I also do this. Ultimately, we are humans. Anybody can relate to this?
Yes, it happens. Many a times it happens.
It does. It does. Not that we are wanting them, we are doing it knowingly. Not that we want them to, perform. We are not performance oriented parents. We all understood, we all are somebody who understands how the pattern works. But still, unconsciously, we do this, right? This actually shook me. I mean, if I'm actually thinking about this slide from past 2 days when I've written this as well, I have been doing this unconsciously. And that is when we need to catch those patterns. Yeah. How many of you feel that, trying to help and guide even before they ask is a big problem? Very true, Subhadra ma'am. Absolutely. Maybe they're not looking at all for the answer. Maybe they are just looking to share. Maybe they are just coming to you to, uh, you know, tell their problems. Or maybe even not tell the problems. They are just coming to you because they feel safe. We are their safety anchors. We are their anchors. We have been their anchors. And constantly, if we are going back and telling them that you could have done this, you could have done this, you could have done this, what happens? They shut down. The last line, if you read the last one, what they feel, I'm the problem. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Did not realize until my 15-year-old told me. Yes, very true. We are seeing it from a different lens. We are seeing it because we care, because we want them to go to a path which is like, if I narrate an incident, I had a parent come to me asking me that, there's nothing wrong with me, please fix my child. And that word fix itself hit me hard. Are we here to fix our children? Are we here to facilitate, guide, or are we here to fix them? So that means to say they are broken. That means to say there's something wrong with them. Think about it. Yeah. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah. So I'll just present one scenario in front of you. Okay, like whatever we discussed till now. Okay. Just go through this scenario and tell me what would be a better scenario and what would be a better response in this case. Is this the right response that anyone could give? Anyone, like you can tell in the chat box also if you don't want to unmute. And this is for sure we are doing it unknowingly. It is just in the moment of the heat. We are doing something, maybe we are busy with our work, and all of a sudden we see our child, probably just spilling water on the table, or probably just spilling, just dropping something from their hand. Would we react or do we pause? Yes, guys, we have 30 people in the room.
Yeah, hi, this is Chetan here.
Yes, Chetan.
Yeah, so what I would like to say is that in the heat of the moment, it really matters how we say it rather than what we say. So the tone, okay, so and the choice of words. Okay, and here in this particular scenario, it's not okay to compare a sibling with another because everybody is different, so they have their own strengths. So it's really not okay to compare, two siblings. That's my point. Thanks.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for putting this out. Absolutely, Chetan. So, choice of words, yes, and comparison, even if it is in the heat of moment, is something that as a parent we should always avoid. Always. It doesn't come, it's not like we are intending to do so. It's not that we have, we are somebody who's been taught the choice words when we were young. We were also reacting to some situations in a certain way. But when we do this with our children, it actually stays with them. I think there is somebody else also who was trying to speak. Yes, Anju, definitely. Never compare among children. Absolutely. Anybody else was wanting to say something? Okay. Yeah. The next scenario, please. So whenever we take a pause, and this cannot happen, when we are reacting. This can only happen when we take that small pause. And the pause is not like we have to wait for a minute. We don't have to tell our children where they went wrong. We don't have to, tell them that, okay, whatever you did was fine. That is important. The expectation is that take a pause. I'm also young. I'm also small. I'm still learning. I'm still understanding. Mistakes do happen. We as an adult can do mistakes. Who is there to rectify for us? Sometimes we do such grave mistakes, whether we are driving, whether we are, at home, whether we are at work, whether we are handling our finances. We do such grave mistakes, and we conveniently, that's true. We conveniently forget our mistakes and we move on. But when it comes to our children, we react. We do not respond. So the only thing your children are asking is, I'm also learning. And that makes them feel that I'm a human. I can make mistakes. And if I'm shunning them down, if I'm comparing them, if I'm using the words that that hurt them, then what I'm doing is I'm making sure that their capacity to do mistakes is taken away from them. The experience of being human, of being that person that can learn from their next mistakes are being taken away if we immediately respond to this. Right? Anybody has anything to share? Yes, how can I help you is the best one in my experience. Definitely. Absolutely, Subhadra. Agree with you on this. Next slide, please. Like I was telling that, it's not that we don't care for them. Somewhere their performance, their achievement, their satisfaction, their happiness, their marks, their school, their extracurricular activities are attached to what we want from them. Because we feel that they might fail, we pressure. Because we feel we want to protect them, they can get hurt, we overprotect. Because we feel they will stop listening to us, we start controlling the conversation. Because we feel they'll make mistakes, we immediately come to their rescue. I think this is why my favorite. We don't allow them to make mistakes. How many of you can relate to this? We say that we want you to experience life. We say that we want you to, but unknowingly, because that is the pattern that we have been following. That is the unconscious, thing ingrained in our minds. Like I said in the beginning, none of us want our children to, none of us want our children to hurt our children unknowingly, and then we move on very, very easily. We move on. Sometimes, yes, it does come as parent guilt, which also is not the right way to work about. Because I have many people coming to me कि अरे हो गया, मेरे बच्चे ने ये कर दिया, मैंने ऐसे रिएक्ट कर दिया, अब मैं 3 दिन से सो नहीं पा रही हूँ. I've not been able to sleep from 3 days because I did this. Fine, we are humans. And if we stay in that guilt all the time, then we will unconsciously damage them more because we will try to overprotect ourselves, our own experiences with them. Then what to do? Anybody? In that case, what to do? If not this, then what? Okay. So that's something for you all to experience and write it down. Can we move to the next slide, please? Yeah. So my biggest fear for my child is, can we please take a minute and write this down? Either on the chat box or on a pen or a paper, whatever is your, wherever you can. Guys, I'm not able to see any of you, so I don't know if you are agreeing with me, not agreeing with me. If there's something that you feel is not for you, I'm not able to understand anything. So you either have to respond by thumbs up or something on the chat box, or if you want to share something, I'm
Yeah,
all
hi,
open. This
Keith
yeah.
here. So,
Yes, please.
well, I would say that my biggest fear for my child is not accepting failures. Okay, so I always say it's okay to fail. We never were 90% students or first rank students. So when we ourselves are not in, so highly intelligent, we cannot expect it's wrong to expect our children, to get very high marks. So, and in the modern day, children, they don't accept failures, they can't accept a no, they can't accept rejection. So that's because, see, the thing is, if we look at our own parents, we if in our days, when we were children, our parents used to scold us or even probably hit us, and then we would and it was okay then. Today we can't do the same thing with our children, right? So the parenting style has entirely changed. So in this process, we ourselves have not learned the good aspects of parenting,
Very
right? We
true.
are not equipped to handle our children.
Very true. Very true. And Chetan, I really like the concept that you said that uh, I want them to accept failures. The fear is that they will not accept failures because what is happening is, I mean, see, if you see people around us, I'll give you an example. So I went to a birthday party. This was sometime last year, something. I'm not saying that anything is wrong or right here. I'm just throwing what I saw and how I have been seeing things. And probably you all can tell me what you feel about it. So the mother, the child's mother, was hosting a party, and she hosted that. We have this passing the parcel game. Many of us must have played all this when we were young. So in that passing the parcel game, of course, there was a winner, okay, and then she had got prizes for all the other children. So curiously, I went and inquired with her, कि ये क्या है? मतलब, either we have one winner or maybe one or two prizes, but ये for everybody. She's like, they have come to my child's birthday party and I don't want them to feel sad. I don't want them to feel disappointed. I don't want them to feel dejected. इसीलिए मैं सबको खुश कर रही हूँ. So what has happened today is, with this scenario, if I go across, what has happened today is that we don't want our children to face sadness, dejection, rejection, challenges. इसीलिए before they say anything, before they want anything, we provide it to them. I'm not saying everyone, but what I'm saying is that's how the society in general is being seen today. अरे धूप में जा रहा है मेरा बच्चा, 5 मिनट की वॉक पे जाएगा. I mean, we used to, our kids used to, of course, there is certain harm when you're sending your children during certain hours and things like that.
Can I just
But
add
we
a thing
won't.
here?
Yes, yes, please, please. Yes,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
So basically, this starts even much before they start interacting with, in a birthday party or anything, because it
Mm,
starts. The parents these days are so paranoid and so think they don't even want to say a no to their child ever since
yes.
they are born. Whether it's a toy, whether it's wanting to watch an iPad or a mobile when they are having their food, or wanting to feed them. They don't want to spend their time to make sure to let the child learn that food is an important part of their meal, important part of their growing up. They don't have the time and the thing to. I'm not generalizing parents, but most of them, I'm
Mm,
saying, I've been a kindergarten teacher all through, and this is
mhm.
what I have come across most of the time, where the child is not used to hearing a no in their home itself. So, and then that translates to not wanting to hear a no outside in the park when they go out to play, and
Very
so
true.
on and so forth. It just keeps moving on like that. So I think it begins right at home.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. And what we are doing, I mean, then, we are creating that fragile environment in front of them, and then we are saying, यार कोई बात नहीं अगर एक गोल नहीं हुआ तो कोई बात नहीं. But didn't we
Absolutely.
realize that, yeah, didn't we realize that this was starting much way before even they went and played any sport or even they went for a birthday party? Absolutely. You're absolutely right, Lalita. Perfect. Yeah. I have some comments on the chat box. My biggest fear, if I don't guide her and prepare now, she may not be able to face the real world later in her life. Yes. That's brilliant. That's something which it is there. You can write that down. All right. Why do some children feel lonely even when their parents are actively involved in their world? Abhay. Okay. I would like to understand a little more, Abhay, in this. Maybe we can connect offline just to understand what exactly you mean by this. All right. I'll take this question. I will definitely take this question. I would like to dig deeper in this before we go ahead and give any random responses. Right. Next slide, please, Lavita. Next slide. Right. All right. Now, these are certain beliefs and myths that I want to break it down today for all of you. If we've had that kind of a thought process that, if I discipline more, if I just take away certain things, if I just, tell my child to behave better, if I just tell my child, okay, this is how it should be, and these are the rules. This is something that you're supposed to follow. And do you think that works in today's world and age? Yes, it used to work 2 decades ago. Yes, that was the way we were raised. Yes, I'm not saying that that was wrong or right. I'm not giving any comments about that. What I'm trying to ask is this making sense? I'm not saying that discipline is not needed. I'm not saying that this session anywhere tells that okay, we shouldn't be disciplining our child. That's not what my intent is.
So actually, till certain age, discipline is required and it works.
Okay.
But once
Yeah.
the child gets into the teenage, discipline won't work. So you should be seen as a friend to a child than a parent, right? So that's when they will confide in you, and things will be much better.
Somewhere yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. Anybody else? Yeah.
I feel actions speak louder than words. So, the children these days, whether they are young, small babies, or grown up, or in class, in higher school, senior school, whatever, they just follow. I mean, if they see an adult around them, they are very good imitators. They're like sponge, they just absorb what they see around. So, if they see the parent who's forever constantly, or the adults around them who are constantly looking into the phone and looking at TV and things like that. So, how much ever you may say that it's bad for the eyes, but when they see people around them doing that, that is what they will absorb and that is what they will follow. Nobody likes instructions. Even we as adults, we don't
Mm.
like being told what is to be done. But at the
Mm.
same time, we should understand that children like boundaries. Actually, they like boundaries. They like to know their limits. But I know that's a challenge these days where we need to kind of, as parents, we need to figure out how we draw those lines and how we draw those boundaries for them.
Very true. Very true, Lalita and Chetan, very right. Somewhere I would agree to disagree with you a little bit here. when the children are teens, like you said, we have to be their friend. I agree to disagree with this part only, where you say that, what happens is when you leave the role of a parent and become a friend with them, then what they're doing is they are pushing that boundaries beyond certain limits. And when you've already blurred those boundaries between a parent and a child, and you have become their friend, then to bring back those boundaries during the teenagers when they actually need certain stern things, like, whom they are talking to, where they are going, then they would not be ready to listen to you. If you completely shift the boat there, if you shift that thing. But yes, we need to change the way we discipline our child. We need to change the way today they are here with us, tomorrow they go to college, tomorrow they go to work, day after tomorrow they have relationships. So it's not like we are raising to be a child. We are raising a child to face the world. We are raising a child to be an adult. So if we don't have that right boundaries, if we don't set that, it's like a football, if there is no ground, the ball can go anywhere. That is why our value systems come handy. When you have certain right values, when the values which are given to them, when we sit and co-create, when they become teens, the best is to co-create few things with them. Certain things are absolutely no. It's an assertive no. Certain things, yes, you can get flexibility because you cannot cage them again. None of us want to be caged, like Lalita said. We are adults also don't want to be instructed. Similarly, children, when they're in their teens, preteens, they don't want to be instructed. They want to be heard, they want to be seen. So, yes, the idea is discipline, but how? Next slide, please. This gives you an example. So, many of I don't know about, people who have grown up children, but many of them who have preteens and teens, they would resonate with this. This is the kind of questions we generally ask from our children. How was school? Homework हो गया? ये चीज यहाँ रख दो, ये यहाँ क्यों नहीं रखा? ऐसा क्यों किया? Why that? Why this? Right? And what he is going through, Rohan, if I talk about this child's age, he must be around 13 or 14. What he is going through, something happened in the classroom. My friends are not talking to me. My friend left the school. I had a crew work which was supposed to be done in the crew, but they said that, okay, you don't need to come here. You don't need to do it. We'll do it ourselves. Some engagement some party where the child was not invited. Something that he felt went wrong while having lunch. Somebody teased him for anything. Somebody said something. But what is our focus on? Why are you getting upset? I just asked you to finish your work. You do this every day. You come back home and you are always on the couch. I don't see you, picking up your things. One after the other, one after the other, one after the other. And what happens? Next slide. This is what goes on in his mind. Why should I tell them? They'll again give me advice. They'll again tell me that, okay, I should have done this. They've always told me that I can handle it, so let me handle it. Why should I trouble them? They must be going through their own challenges. Then they will nag me constantly. Then they will tell me this constantly. So ultimately, what we're doing, the idea was to teach them values. The idea was to discipline them. The idea was to, give them that environment where they can thrive. But this is the flip side of the coin. Then what should we do? When we teach them values. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody has.
No, I just unmuted myself. So what, like the previous slide you showed me, I'm always ready with those questions when my daughter comes home, no? So now it used to happen a number of times with me. Now I have actually put a reminder on my mobile that my daughter, that is, she's about to come, reminder for myself, so that I don't, barge her with questions when she's coming home. So that's a reminder for me, so that once she come, I take a pause, I ask her, let her sit down, aram say, then I'll start with my questions once she's done with her things of the school.
That's very true. So this is what it is. They are not expecting an immediate answer from us. They are not expecting to solve their problem. Like I think there's somebody, I think Abhay is asking this question that, can parents unintentionally teach children to hide their true feelings? Yes, Abhay. Yes, we do. We do that. We do that. And how we do that? Not that we are intending to do so, but how we do that? We do that by expecting to solve their questions for them even before they come up with the questions. Expecting to give the answers even before, expecting to unconsciously judge in our mind. that अच्छा ये हुआ होगा. That reality that we have in our minds. अच्छा ये हुआ होगा. You must have done something जिसकी वजह से ये हुआ. You are always doing that thing because of which this happened. Right? Shailendra, that's good. Ask how she feeling. How was the day? Yes. Sometimes teens are very smart. They will just say fine and they will stop. That's the end of the conversation. So the more closed-ended questions you ask, more closed-ended answers you get. So instead of asking very common question, like I always tell parents who come to me, instead of you asking the questions, you share your day with them. Today, you know what happened? I did this, I went here, I missed you, I had an important meeting, I was here. Something which you can share about your day also. If you just ask, how was your day? Fine. Where does the conversation go after that? How are you feeling? Fine. All okay. How is the conversation going to go after that? Those are close-ended questions. So always when you're talking to your children, have open-ended questions with you. I always ask my son, something which is not related to studies or your day or something. I always ask, you had some good food today. You had taken some nice lunch. Did you share it with someone? Whom did you share it with? Whom were you sitting with while you were sharing your lunch? What was the conversation that you had during your lunch? Then it starts, and when then it starts, it doesn't end. So it's like on and on and on and on. So that time he forgets everything else and he's only sharing about how things were, what happened, how was it, things like that. So I get to know every information which I didn't want, which I did not ask him also. He tells me everything. It's a better way to communicate. Somebody had raised their hands. I don't know who was that. If there's anything that they want to share. All right. Okay. Next slide, please. Yeah, now this is something which it's more or less an internal thought of a parent that अब सब कुछ हो गया है तो मैंने वो damage कर दिया है. I've already my child is so distant from me that how much ever I want, whatever I want, they're not going to share things with me. So then they come to me saying that please fix my child. There's something going on in my child's. Please ask and let me know. This is a parent coming to me asking about their children, that you ask and let me know what is happening in their world because they're not sharing things with me. And I'm speechless that they are your children. They're somebody who has been bonding with you for such a long time, and you expect me to ask them what is going on in their mind. Yes, counseling helps. Yes, therapy helps. I'm a therapist, so that is my job. How did this come to it? How did we come to this stage that our children started hiding? And is really the damage done? Is the damage so hard that we are not able to, go back to it and ask our children and, get to that level where they speak to us. We spend so much time in judging ourselves as a parent. We self-criticize ourselves so much that we don't realize that we still have today. We still can work with it. How many of you resonate with this? I do, definitely. I do analyze myself a lot. Yeah. Subhadra does. I do it. Even now, even despite the fact that working with so many people, I still do it at times. Because we are constantly wired to, say कि यार मैंने ही कुछ गलती की हो. No, you just go and talk to your child. And children are so forgetful that all that they need is a hug, just pat on their back and just say, let's talk. There's nothing damaged. There's no such, unless and until the children go to such extremes where they are into drugs, where they are into, they start self-harm themselves. I've had such cases as well, where children have started self-harming themselves. That is definitely a severe case. That needs immediate counseling and therapy. Otherwise, all you need to do is go and sit with your child and say, come on, let's go cook something. Next slide, please. I hope it's making sense to you all, right? I hope it is shaking that belief that you had earlier. Somewhere it is giving you some pathways to follow through or some pathways that you can walk on. In chat box, if this is something which are you able to read? Next slide, please. Okay, this is my favorite one. More control creates safer children. We take away their iPads, we take away their screen, we lock their play devices कि बहुत time हो गया screen पे, बहुत देख लिया. Have we done that? Especially for screens. These days, screens, social media, screens. Yes, we do that. At times, I've seen myself being in that zone, but then I realized that, the more you try to control, the more you try to sneak in, the more you try to get into that role of, okay, I decide, the more they detach from you, the more they hide things from you. And the idea is for them to come and share things with us. The idea is to get into their world, to understand their world. This is what I have been doing, and this is what, as a parent coach, as somebody who's an expert handling families, I work with parents to do so. They say that we don't understand games, we don't understand what they're playing. Fine, then understand. It is your duty to understand what your child is watching on the screen. It's your duty to understand how your child is completing their homework. It is your responsibility to provide them with the right and the wrong choices. We cannot expect them to be very, if they knew everything, then we wouldn't need to do our parent. Somewhere they need an anchor, they need somebody from us, they need something from us. That is why they come to you, right? And that's our job, our responsibility as a parent. How many of you resonate with it? Me. Nobody, everybody is gone off somewhere. You cannot see any chat, anything. All okay? Are you with me, guys, on this?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, like I want to share something, like ask something regarding this.
Yes,
Every
love.
every time saying no from our end also hope this is not correct. Like over controlling it comes. Like if I want to give an example, my daughter is 10 years old and she sometimes compare herself with her friends. Like she says that Mama, see, my friend has posted a reel in her mother's account, Insta account, Facebook account. So can I see? Of course, she never says she wants to see alone. She sits along with me. She sees that, and she asks me, "Can I do the like?" Of course, I shouldn't say no for everything. So I give somewhat some liberty to do that. So seeing all those things, she understood that okay, I have a limit for doing everything. And I also go for some cyber seminars where I tell students and all, like posting on social media, how far it is good, how far it is good to see the comments. Like if you are not having a good comment, they go for a depression. So all those things I try to teach the students. But coming to my own environment at my home, she understood that she can't post a video, or she can't show herself on a status or Instagram or something. But she asked me sometimes, "Mama, can I prepare a reel where I'm not involved, where my face is not involved? Can I post it on a WhatsApp status? Can I share your birthday things on WhatsApp status? At least can you give me permission for that?" So for these type of things, how can we say, like should we say no for those small things, or also, or can we give some liberty to them?
Okay. Bina, I'll put a question back to you. Good question here. I want to put a question back to you that
Yes.
when she says that, she will put she will like, she will comment her friends, mother's things. Uh, does she understand what is privacy and what are the things?
Yes, of course. Like I explained her everything. So it's
Mm,
not every time, like it's not
mm,
every time she asks me for the mobile or she see the status. Once in a while, like hardly maybe once in 10 days or like that, she does it. And she
mm,
know very much, she is very much clear about the privacy things, like what to respond, what not to respond. But still, she is 10 years old. She is not in
mm,
a complete matured age to behave like a grown up girl. So
mm.
some sort of childishness is there, where sometimes she asks me for these small things.
Right. Okay. So, I would want to answer this question, but we also have Naidu sir, we also have Priyanka from ISAC, and they would be best to answer this because they deal with these cases on a day-to-day basis. So hold yourself, hold this question. I'm sure Naidu sir and Priyanka, in couple of minutes, we are just in the parenting part. We will be moving to that part very soon, where we talk about cyber safety, where we talk about what kind of where exactly we should be putting control, how much control, and to what extent. Okay, so just hold this question, Lavanya. This will be answered in this webinar itself. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So, next slide, please. Again, I don't want to say much about this because we all, people who have teens in their house would be able to resonate that my teen doesn't do anything, is always on screen. I can, messages monitored, phone checked. And what is he doing? He's hiding everything from them. He creates a second account, which he doesn't even tell their parents. So, yes, it is important to, you know, have certain boundaries, but to what extent can we let them be? To what extent should we give the access? And to what extent we should uh, control is something that we need to understand. We cannot over monitor, but we cannot let them. And for that, the best thing is co create. A 16-year-old is someone who understands pros and cons. So when you have this dialogue with your child, when you have this conversation with your child, that some things what are the consequences? Right now, they see only the rosy picture. When you give them the consequences, when you tell them what is going to happen, what are the scenarios that you have seen, why are you worried? No child, believe me, no child wants to ruin their future. Nobody wants to ruin their future. All that they don't know is the repercussions of it. What they don't know is the consequences of it, which is why it is important for us to explain it to them in a way that they understand their world, tell them what exactly, and give them the kind of pathway to follow. You cannot spoon feed them. That will not help. Next slide, please. Yes. So here, no, we have jumped couple of slides, Lavita. Please go back. We've jumped many slides. Yeah. Okay. So I would urge you to uh, go through these emotions. Just close your eyes and go through these emotions that, what your child, I think somebody mentioned in the chat box as well, that their children are feeling lonely. Today, that is where we are. Our children feel lonely. Our children are confused. They are scared. They're curious about what is happening online. They're curious about what is happening with their peers. They want to know everything. They have that curiosity. They feel embarrassed. They feel lonely. They're everything. They're going through so many emotions. And if we don't have that open atmosphere, or if they don't feel safe with us as parents, if they are not able to openly discuss their challenges with us, openly share their concerns with us, where do you think they are going? They are going somewhere, isn't it? Next slide, please. And it's not like they don't need our advice. It's not like they don't need our support. Where they are looking, they're looking outside. Next. Please stay with this slide now. You must have seen, everybody, all of you are aware of what is happening today, that children are moving to AI chatbots. Children are moving to discuss anything and everything with AI, Chat GPT. They are asking Chat GPT about their emotional health, about their mental well-being. How far do you think this is safe? The question is not that they are, they're not sharing it with you. The question is they are sharing it with an AI, which is the most dangerous part. They are so lonely in their own house that they don't know whom to go to. That's the scariest part. And you don't know what AI does with that information. That is the part that we should be worried about more than anything else. Whether it is success of our children, whether they are getting that kind of goals, marks, that all should be secondary. Concern should be if they're not coming to you, who is their friend? AI? Next slide. Yeah, this is very common. I'm not sure if anybody of you can resonate with this, but this is very common situation today where we see that they either block their parents, grandparents, and family from the social media because they don't want certain things to be known to the family, but they want strangers to know about. They are living a dual life, one for themselves in the family and one for themselves when they are outside, because certain things that they don't want the parents to see, and certain lifestyle that they are looking at, that flashy clothes, that kind of lifestyle, that kind of food habits. They want that part of the world that they want to show to the world. But the rest, they don't want their family to see that kind of a world.
Where are
This
these
is a
statistics
proven
coming
survey.
from?
Yes, I think we took the statistics from. I think Rida would be able to answer it. I think Indian Hindustan Times. We took it from the journal. We took it from the journal, and this is something which is all there. We'll send you the sources as well.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Next slide, please. Okay, this I get a lot. I have been working with children for a very long time now, and every time they come and say that, social media has ruined my family. I had a case recently which I was working with a girl who's 14 years old, and she was so addicted to Korean dramas that she started having anorexia. Why? Because she was analyzing, or she was picturing herself, her body type, to be like that one of the Korean actresses in the series. I don't even remember the series, but she mentioned some series, and she's romanticizing the idea of love, like in those Korean dramas, very away from the real life. And she's expecting that kind of a love, parental love as well, at her house. So every day she expects that her mother has to wake up her like, you're my princess, you're this. The kind of expectations she had with her mother, with her family. Why? Because she was so much into Korean dramas. There is a blur between what is happening in the real life and what is happening in the real life.
How old was
Huge
this
blur.
girl? Sorry,
14.
for interrupting. It is 14 years.
Yeah, she's 14. This is a serious issue, parents. This is seriously something that we need to think twice, not twice, 100 times. What is happening? And let me tell you one thing: screen is just an escape mechanism. Something, somewhere, some place has gone wrong in that child's life, in that child's day to day. Something has been disturbed somewhere, because of which the child is so addicted to the real world. The child is so addicted to the game. The child is so addicted. Of course, social media and games to blame for. But if I say 60% of the children are addicted, there are 40% who are getting into IIT, NEET, JEE. They are doing their things as well. We cannot 100% blame the social media and OTT platforms. Somewhere something has been imbalanced in the house, in the family, in that child's life, because of which the child is finding this as an escape mechanism. Please think through it. Next slide, please. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I think I would like to invite Priyanka for this, because yesterday when we were discussing a couple of scenarios, she shared some startling, real life cases which actually needs to be told and spoken about. And I would like to invite Priyanka to this conversation.
Thank you, Lavina. Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. You are.
I am audible.
Yes, Priyanka, you are.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much. Wonderful presentation so far, Lavina. Such good parenting tips that you have been giving. I just want to add 2-3 scenarios that we have come across as cybercrime intervention officers and cybercrime first responders, which is also mostly disturbing that children at this age are exposed to such negative things on the cyberspace, on online, and there are certain behaviors of them that is also kind of having an impact over parents. So I would just want to narrate 3 instances that we have come across. The first is where about there was a case where about 17 boys from one of the state in India, they sold their mothers and sisters' picture on a platform for money. And what do these platforms do? They would again morph the images, and they would use it for committing sextortion and more of these deepfake based crimes. So it is startling that how children in their own house, not knowing the effect of what these images of their mothers and sisters would be used for, are selling these things online. The whole point is they don't know the consequence of it, right? Similarly, we had another case where a young child about 8 9 years old, who was again going live on Insta. And this child has kept Insta live and eventually has forgotten that, the Insta live is running, and there is attention change and there's distractions. So the child has left the phone in the room with Insta live running, and the child has gone again to play outside or whatever the child is doing. Then a few hours, about half an hour, 45 minutes later, the mother enters the room, not knowing the camera is still on. And the mother, goes to change her clothes and do her few things in the room, which is all caught again on Insta Live. And again, which was misused. All of those videos that went on, Insta Live went partly viral, they were misused, and again, harassment to the parents started. This is scenario 2. Scenario 3 is again similarly on Insta Live, where we have intervened in cases where these children are stripping naked on Insta Live because they're manipulated by few of those people whom they meet on Instagram. So social media honestly is having such negative impact on children. Unfortunately, it all starts where children do not know what is the consequence of all of their actions regarding this. Now, likewise, this is something that I always keep speaking whenever I get a chance. When we go to give these cyber awareness in schools, one of the most common question that we get when there are no parents, like a town hall, when there are no parents, it's just me and the kids, are that they ask me, can you teach me how to hack? And very curiously, I kind of take a conversation a little ahead, to know the intention as to why they want to hack, why they want to learn hacking. And the reasons I get is startling, right? They say, I want to know which friend of mine is texting whom, or is my best friend in a relationship because he's not telling me anything about it. These are the curiosity, through which is kind of making them to learn how to hack. And trust you me, kids of 6th standard, 7th standard are already aware of certain things. We came across how a teen could hack into the CBSE portal very recently, which is making all news. And he also landed a job in IIT. Good way how he used it, bad way I am not judging on it, right? So the knowledge that they have at a very young age, the skill set maybe is too high, but the only unfortunate situation is the flip side of it is not taught to them. And on this line, I would want to also Beena's question. She had asked how you can make your child aware about making all of these reels. It all starts as a conversation, Beena, with your child from a young age. I am again telling this out of my experience, like how I teach my son how to eat, how to be independent partly, how to take a shower. Likewise, I also speak to him in his language, in his level, about how things can go wrong if he, how things can go wrong online. Like, for example, I don't give him phone, but of course there's a screen time that I give him, because the whole concept of FOMO is there in kids as young as 4 and 5. He comes back to me and says, Amma, my friends watch some what Sheriff Labrador or whatever they watch online, and I don't know what it is, so they don't take me in the conversation. So I do give him TV time for about half an hour, 45 minutes in the evening. And these content that are there for children, that talks about AI, it talks about face recognition, it talks about deepfake, what not, right? And then he curiously comes and asks me, can I try this? And this is where you have to have the conversation at their level every day, like how you teach them how to eat, how to how to study ABCD, whatever you teach them, it is the conversation that you have to have with them continuously for them to be responsible, for them to be aware of all of these things that we are talking about today. So, Lavinda, this is my point here, in terms of the real life cases and examples that we have come across. Yeah, over
And
to
those
you.
are startling. I mean, Priyanka, the ones that you shared, especially the one where Insta is going live, and every private moment of a mother is being recorded, her, changing the clothes or whatever that is, whatever has been recorded, it's very dangerous. It can be, I mean, we also have discussed about how Australia is banning social media for children, but how they are working. So of course there are corporates to blame about, but like Priyanka mentioned, I'm also vouching for the same. Have clear, honest, open conversations with your children. It starts there. If you just say no, you can't do it, if you don't give the logic behind it, and children today are very smart, they only understand logic. Anything that you tell them, feed them saying no. Yeah, when it comes to their life danger, it's only no. There is no explanation there. But when it comes to social media, when it comes to why things cannot be done in a certain way, why things are supposed to be done in a certain way, all that works is having an open, honest conversation, and also that assurity that yes, we are there with you. If you feel anything is going wrong in your life, please share. Please don't keep it with yourself. There are many children who fear that, if I tell my child, if I tell my mother or if I tell my father, they're going to ban my social media. They're going to take away that is the life for them. For us, it might be a very small thing that ठीक है हमने phone बंद कर दिया, because we didn't have social media. They can live without social media. But for them, it could be something which is very meaningful. And if you're taking away that meaning from their life without explaining why, how, and what, it's going to only create a negative impact on your child. So please have open conversation. Yes, Priyanka, you wanted to share something?
Yeah, I just want to add one point here. When we speak of conversation, I feel the timings matter. When my son, let's say I'm listening to music and he takes the phone, and if I tell him no, don't touch it, don't use it, that is where they get agitated. Having
Right.
these conversations when they are not around the device, right? Maybe you're eating or maybe you're walking to the park. Just start this conversation that, do you know what happens when so and so and so happens? Next time when it comes, he will remember it. And he will tell me, Acha, you know what? I remember you telling this. It's okay. You change the song for me. I don't want to do it. So I
Perfect.
think the timing of
Absolutely.
conversations and when you speak matters the most.
Very true. Very, very true. And I mean, it goes well with us as well, no, Priyanka? Like if we are busy with something, and if somebody comes and asks us to immediately switch our mood, it's not possible for us to do. It's the same with children. So it's all what matters is how, when, and why, right? So that scenario based is very important. When also is very important. When are you speaking to your child? Suppose your child is watching something and he's engrossed in it, and you just go and shut down the laptop and you say ki bas nahi ab, without understanding that the child was engrossed in something. That is going to create even more agitation, even more rebel, and it's going to double down on parents. That is where timing is very important. Very true. Thanks, Priyanka. Thank you so much. Next slide. So I think next slide is a small video that I want you all to see, and after that I hand it over to Lavita. Yeah. Can you share the volume, please, Lavita? We are not able to hear. Okay.
Yes, I always do.
Yeah, we can.
Because my dad, he's always lazy, and when he's lazy, he always sits on the computer or his phone. And my mum asks him questions, but he doesn't even listen after the third one. Pretty sad. Sometimes when they're looking at their phone, they're like, what? And then I'm like, it's just so like annoying. Sometimes when I ask my mom to stop texting, she's just like, yeah, what? And then she just keeps texting. Well, my mom doesn't use her phone a lot, but my dad, he actually needs to use his phone a lot because it's from his work. But sometimes when he's on his phone for no reason, it's annoying. When my dad's on the phone and I just knows me, it's so angry. I'm gonna maybe play it 5 times a day. No, I don't want to buy a phone when I grow up. I will, but I won't play it that much. I'll play it, okay.
So I want to end my conversation here by saying that, the irony of this video is that we feel that children are more on phone, right? The actual irony is the children are saying that parents are more on phone. I would not want to use phone when I grow up. That's the thought I want to leave you today with. And I would like to ask Lavita to take over. Hope you had some insightful thoughts, and hope it gave, if it at least opened up certain perspectives for you. You can please drop in your feedback on the chat box. Meanwhile, I would request Lavita to take over.
Thank you, Lavina, for those wonderful, wonderful insight. And every parent wants best for their child, but sometimes in this journey of protecting and guiding them, we may unknowingly create a distance. That's where Rooting You comes in, helping families rebuild trust, strengthen communication, and reconnect with your children. From navigating screen time and creating healthy boundaries, we support parents with practical strategies for today's parenting challenges. We have been grateful to support 100 plus families and impacting 3,000 parents. I'm sharing the details in the chat box so parents would like to explore clarity call and one-to-one support with Rooting You. Lavina, please go ahead and share it in the chat box.
Yes, it's shared. All of you, for your benefit, I've shared it on the chat box. Thank you so much. Yes.
And Rooting You and ISAC have come together with a shared vision of creating safer, stronger, and more aware communities for families and children. And it has been wonderful collaboration bringing together the expertise of parenting, cyber safety, and digital awareness. With that, I would like to hand over to the ISAC team to take this conversation forward.
Thank you so much, Lavita. To have this conversation and to speak more about the collaboration and what we are doing, especially for the parenting segment, I would call Group Captain Anand Naidu, sir. Sir, if you can just speak about what ISAC and Corp Connect is doing and the takeaways that we have for parents, it will help the audience in this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Very good afternoon, and thank you very much, Priyanka. Good afternoon, everyone. I think, Lavina, some very important pointers that you have brought out for the parents who are here. Thank you. Thank you for that. I can also see a lot of experienced scholars as well as CCIOs. How many of the people here are CCIOs? Or rather, let me ask the other way around. How many are not CCIOs who are present here? Can we have the hands go up? Hand show. Not a CCIO, or you can say no, not yet. Can you type not yet in the chat box? Not CCIO. Because then I can accordingly pitch. I can see most of the known names are here. That's why I'm asking. If not a CCIO, if you can just write not a CCIO, not yet. Can I have not yet if you are not a CCIO? Or do I presume that all the people are CCIOs? Not yet, Shubhadra. Okay. Anyone else? Not yet. Okay. So most of the people are CCIOs, and some of the people are scholars also, as I see. Thank you very much, Chetan, for joining. Thank you all the CCIOs and others who have joined. Not yet CCIOs. Thank you. I will take very less time because we are running out of time, I think, as per the schedule. The simple thing that we can do as parent is, of course, showing by example, which is becoming very, very difficult. Okay. So what we have at ISAC have been doing is researching on these simple problems also, which are impacting large number of people. They are impacting the digital world. So that's how we built a platform known as COP Connect, and these cybercrime intervention officers are the communities that are there, and creating impact as far as the children, parents, and all that. That is the intent of that research outcome. And scroll control is one of the outcomes that we have recently come out with. There is a huge platform. I just want to show one or two slides only. I will not take more of your time. Just share my screen. Please allow me to share my screen. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yatinder sir, can you please enable it?
Yeah, it's coming up, sir.
It's coming, sir.
Coming. Okay. I think it's not jumbled up, but so one platform that is there is Scroll Control AI for parents and students and teachers. Three important stakeholders in ensuring that the children are safer in the cyberspace. Parents, of course, before the children go to the school, that is where we are actually beginning, and we are giving very smart device to the children at 7 months, 8 months. Even their fingers are not steady to press a particular window, or the smartphones, wherever you press something or other is popping up. And we have seen children at 3 years, 4 years talking about platforms which we elders don't even hear about them. And that's where the problem is. Parents are busy, so we give them smart devices to keep them busy, and they are becoming very, very involved into the platforms and the screens that enable them to go into places where they are not supposed to go also. So what we have done, we, as part of the Scroll Control, enable the parents to be cybercrime first responders, large numbers. Junior certifications are offered for the students in class 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, junior cybersecurity certification, so that we induce them and induct them into the cyber safe mode very early in life. As of now, it is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, but we know that the classes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 are also very late to bring them into the cybersecurity. Yesterday, I was speaking to students in 2 schools in Kerala, between Palakkad and Cochin. I was traveling and speaking to the kids. And class 5 student, what questions he asked about some of the platforms which we know that they are being used for the wrong purposes and objectives. And they are very well versed. And in the schools, all the students know about it. They all, like what Lavina was saying, they create separate accounts and use them. I asked those kids, what do you declare as your age? Everyone said, sir, 21, 26, 28, 2000 born, 96 born, they write. And they're all over the gaming platforms as well. So that is where we want to bring a certain awareness on that. Parental webinars to enable parents, like what we just had one. For the parents, we will be having regular webinars with important updates. Age-specific rated content being available. Now, this is something which for the Indian content, so far we do not have a rating platform. Like, for example, I keep saying Bahubali. Bahubali is a very, very exceptionally made movie. The director has definitely put in creative ideas to the best. And there are scenes, but in that movie, similarly, I do not know how many of you have seen both the parts of Dhurandhar. Many scenes are very violent. Now, if we watch that movie, Bahubali, with a 3 or 4 or 5-year-old child, and when the hero chops off the head of 2 guys in each of the movie, each of the parts, and the headless body is walking, and the head is in the hands of the heroine, and when she throws the head, there is an arrow shot by the hero, and that goes and falls in the hands of the villain. Now, just see what kind of blood coming out of that head, as well as the dead body. What is the impact that the child is going to have? Now, these are some of the things. I'm not criticizing the movie as such, but it is not rated for children to see. Similarly, books, similarly, OTT platforms, similarly, cartoons, similarly, gaming platforms. So we, two requests we have. One, you please contribute to making that content much more richer by contributing the ratings. That if you have watched a movie and you feel that the movie is rated for a certain this one, we will verify it, and then of course we upload. It's not that anyone says anything, we will upload data. That is one. Two, this also is available for use by the parents, and scroll control, by the way, is made free of cost, available to all the schools till 31st October. We launched in October last year, and the platform is ready. Everything is ready. There is a lot of content. Things are happening. So we have given this free of cost till October 31st this year. There are hackathons planned. There are quizzes planned for these schools. All these things are going to be part of the scroll control platform. Immediate cyber support, of course, yes, we have been giving it through Cop Connect, and that will continue to be available. Only thing is, the not kiosk will be available for the school at a price that cannot be made available free of cost. So we're not giving it free of cost. Now, hackathons, they are all part of the offerings free of cost till 31st October. In case if you have, please ask the school where your children are going to empanel themselves now, so that they take the benefit out of this. 5 C's, teachers are being trained as cybercrime free of cost. 5 of them are on board. That itself is a big enablement for the school. The subject matter expert will give sessions in the for the schools, online sessions, of course. Okay, and as I said, the junior certifications, hackathon, and the quizzes are available for the students. And we are also planning for some more competitions. Let's see how it will work out. Okay, next, what is this Cybercrime Intervention Officer program? I think most of you are Cybercrime Intervention Officers, but for those of you who are not, this is a program that is enabling the individual to be a person who can identify early signs of addictions and problems in cyberspace, and also protect himself and the environment around him. That means, I keep saying, survival, sustenance, and success in cyberspace. These are 3 layers. And first layer is, first of all, let us survive ourselves, let us not get attacked. That is the first objective. That is what the Cybercrime Intervention Officer is enabled. The second is sustenance, where our ecosystem around us is not likely to be breached. If it is breached, we give them first aid. This is the second level. Third, of course, success is where an individual becomes a cybersecurity professional after going through certain certifications. We have a lot of them. And there are many other certifications across the globe. So that is the success part. So first 2 levels are taken care by the Cybercrime Intervention Officer and the first responders. Okay. Next is, what do we focus on? Obviously, we focus on the current.
Sir, you are not audible.
Yes, Mr.
Cyber law
Naidu, sir,
ethics.
you're not audible.
Not audible?
Voice is
Am I
breaking.
not
Not
audible?
audible, sir. Not audible.
Huh?
Voice is
Not
breaking,
audible?
sir. Not, sir.
Okay.
Now audible, sir.
Audible?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the objective is also to win as a parent. That is the most important objective. This program was curated for the parents and teachers initially in 2018, and we have been conducting this program. This is approved by the All India Council for Education, All India Council for Technical Education. They are the ones who have actually fixed the price for the program also, and this is under the NSD, National Security Database. One gets empaneled on the National Security Database if he goes onto this platform. But more importantly, what is there subsequent to it? Every month we conduct an effective intervention session. It's an enablement for the participants who are CCIOs to come, upgrade, know recent crimes that are happening, also know the development so that they can handle situations better. Also, we have a lot of workshops, seminars. All these things can be done by you if you are a cybercrime intervention officer. We have the like last cybersecurity awareness month, we had 225 plus sessions conducted by the cybercrime intervention officers, awareness sessions across the country, rural areas. CCIOs have done that. We've touched the lives of 2 lakh plus people in terms of awareness the last 1 year, and that is all with the help of cybercrime intervention officers who have supported us and free of cost without any money being charged. So this is the kind of activities that the CCIOs do, and we are very happy that we can collaborate and be together as a community, make small little changes that can make big impact in future of the kids. That's what I wanted to say. Yes, we would be definitely sharing the details of the cybercrime intervention officer program with the people who are not cybercrime intervention officers yet. We are also giving through the routing you, we are also giving certain discounts for the people. Objective is to make as many first responders as possible. And those of you who want to conduct the awareness sessions, please do conduct. And in case if you want to conduct awareness sessions in collaboration with ISAC, like a lot of people do, here we have many of them. Himanshu is there, National Cybersecurity Scholar. Chetan is there. He keeps writing a lot of articles also, and those articles are circulated frequently on the CCIO groups for the information of everyone. Likewise, there are many CCIOs who have been conducting these cybersecurity awareness sessions. We would be very happy to do that. Thank you all. Any questions? I think we can take 1 or 2 questions and then close because time is up. People are dropping. Thank you.
Yes,
Over to you,
please,
Priyanka.
anybody? Priyanka, take it over from here. Thank you.
No, Lavina, you can continue with the session.
All right. I would like to thank everybody. Is there any questions that you have on CCIO programs and anything? You can please drop a mail. Priyanka. And if there was anything else that you feel that you can touch base with us, all our social media, ours, routing use, and ISAC is already there. And I would like to thank Naidu sir for such an. Thank you everyone for joining this call, and hope you have a lovely weekend and enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Hi,
Thank you so
Lavina.
much.
I have one question. Thank you so much
Yes.
for such an enriching session. Where can I have some brochure or some some pamphlet where I can go through, or some PDF file where I can go through your programs that you are offering, like what all the programs, what all you will be teaching, what all will be the output, what is the fees, and how to enroll.
Okay, this would be for CCIO.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I
Priyanka,
take
would
the
you like to
question?
take this?
Yeah. Thank you so much for asking that question. Firstly, we would send a mail to you also about all of these details if you have already registered for this program. If not, the link for the CCIO program is already shared on the chat box. You can access the link. And also, I have shared my email ID. It's pv@isacfoundation.org. You can write to me anytime, and we are always there to help you out.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, and for today's participants, we're running a discount, so we will also share that through the email if you have registered.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. And you have a good weekend, and hope to see you all again in another sessions that we'll be having continuously. Thank you, Naidu sir. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you, Lavita.
Thank you, team Routing You. It was
Thank you all.
wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Chetan. Thank you all. Thank you.